Oh man, we're gonna get into this today. I hope y'all ready for this. So we're gonna talk about word of the day because this word is in the meat of what we're talking about. Overt. Anybody know what overt means? Overt, and then the opposite is covert. So you know what covert means, right? What is covert?
Undercover. Yeah.
Right. So you talk about a covert operations, Army, Marines, so on and so forth. Covert means don't nobody know about it but them. Right? So overt is they know. Right. Overt. Overt means done or shown openly. Not secret, not hidden. Saying of the day, confusion makes you vulnerable. That's why gaslighters are so powerful, because they confuse you. And confusion makes you vulnerable because you can't think. And if you got somebody who's up under you and they place themselves up under you, they could be the person that's picking at your life the entire time and you don't even know it. Because they disguise themselves as someone who cares about you. That's what a gaslighter is. I respect the person who says to me, look, Will, I don't like you. I'm never going to like you. I'm cool with that. Because at least I know where I stand with you. You not liking me ain't the worst thing in the world. You not wanting to be my friend, not the worst thing in the world you can do to me. That's cool. That's fine. I don't need to be friends with everybody. But I respect the person who can say, look, Will, I just don't like you. You ain't even got to give me a reason. I respect the fact that you said that. I can't respect the person who's up under me, who feels that way, but they act like they like me. Confusion makes you vulnerable. This talk is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional advice, treatment, guidance, or diagnosis. If you or someone you know is experiencing a mental health crisis, substance use and abuse, or suicidal thoughts, dial 988. 988 is available 24/7 nationwide and staffed by trained crisis counselors who are just a text or a call away. 5 gaslighting things for gaslighting things. Yeah, let me get rid of that because they threw me off already. 4 gaslighting things manipulators do to control you. Gaslighting is a term inspired by a 1944 film called Gaslight. But before the film, there was a play, a popular play, which they didn't mention. So that's where it really started, from the play. But you know, eventually plays get made in the film. So this film came out in 1944. I think this is when it became most popular, is when the film came out in 1944. In the film, the husband tries to manipulate his wife into believing she is losing her mind to get her taken into an asylum and steal her money and her jewels. One of the most prominent tactics was tampering with the gas lights in the house to flicker. So he would tamper with the gas lights and they would flicker and he would manipulate them. And she would be like, did you see that? He'd be like, see what? I don't see nothing. But he was the one doing it the whole time. She's thinking she's losing her mind in this play, in this film. So that's where that term comes about, somebody manipulating you, making you, they know exactly what's going on, they pretending they don't. 4 gaslighting things manipulators do to control you. Number 1, their manipulation is cunning and clever. They are cunning and clever. When I hear the word cunning, I think of a cheetah, a lioness. Cunning is they are in the grass. They are somewhere ready to attack and you can't see them. You can't see them. Their manipulation is cunning and clever. Gaslighting comes in many forms. Some are overt in their manipulation tactics, meaning you can easily spot when they're trying to manipulate you. Because there are some people, you can see them coming a mile away. You already know what it is. Because they're overt with it. They ain't trying to hide it. It's out there. They coming over. Hey, cousin. Hey, uncle. What you want? What you want? I just need a little bit of money to get through the week with. You saw that coming. They wasn't trying to hide it. For many, however, it is not that easy. Gaslighters can be sneaky with how they manipulate you, and you may not realize it until later. How many times when you ended a friendship, when you ended a relationship, and then you started looking at all of the things that they did that were wrong, but you didn't see that while you were in it. Mm-hmm. They was getting it off on you over and over and over. And it wasn't until you left the situation that you realized what was going on. Because it's hard to smell some stank when you living in it. It's hard to smell some stank when you're living in it. Have you walked into somebody's house and as soon as you walked in their house, the stank hit you in the face? Whoosh. And you got to think whether you're going to go in there or not. You like, man, I really don't even want to go in here, but I don't want to be rude. But I'm going to hold my breath, but you can only hold your breath for so long. And if you sit in the stank long enough, guess what? You ain't even gonna smell it no more. You be like, man, it don't smell so bad here. What was I thinking about? Oh, you just got used to that stank. It's all in the air, dust and everything. Particles. Ooh, here we go. The ever-changing nature of gaslighting makes it incredibly difficult to diagnose. Manipulators can bring others into the fold, which can make it extremely difficult to trust your own judgment when you have multiple people against you. Because if a gaslighter, if they really good at what they do, they'll go talk to your mama behind your back. They'll go talk to your brother and your sister and be talking about your business behind your back, getting people on their side. Hey, you know I love your sister. You know I love your sister, bro. You know, me and her real cool, man. But sometimes, man, she be lying. I can't trust her. And he say, man, when we was little, man, she used to do that all the time. And he done bought into gaslighting you. See how easy that is? They gonna talk to your mama. How many times a dude done went and talked to a girl mama because he can't figure her out, or he want to gaslight her and she ain't falling for it, so he go talk to her mama because he know her mama like him. Don't tell her I'm over here talking to you, but I just need somebody. And now she thinks she being a helpful person. But he's just trying to get on your side, so when the argument take off or when the disagreement take off, he got an ally. Or she has an ally, and they're close to you. Not only do you have the gaslighter done went and recruited somebody you trust and love. And y'all better catch this today, man. This is some good stuff. Here we go. They may change details. This is what the manipulator do. This is what the gaslighter does. They're going to change the details of what happened. They're going to give their version. They ain't going to tell it how it happened. They're going to always come out on the end that's the right side. That's how you know a gaslighter, because depending on who they talking to, they're going to always make it seem like they are the victim, and whoever the person is taking advantage of them. They may change details. They'll lie to others. They're going to lie. They are liars. Yeah, they will lie on you and set you up for failure in order to gain control over you. They want you to fail so they can gain control over you. And you may be unable to identify it until you leave the whole situation. Gaslighting, 4 gaslighting things manipulators do to control you. Number 2, they may have narcissistic traits. Y'all understand that? Hey, man, from now on, make sure you in this group as soon as it starts. Yes, sir. They may have narcissistic traits. Manipulation is a common symptom in cluster B personality disorders, especially so in narcissistic personality disorder, as personality disorders occur on a spectrum. Y'all know what a spectrum is? Have you ever had to go pick some paint out? And they got the spectrum up there of green. And as you go to this end, the green starts getting lighter. That's a spectrum. It's common for gaslighters to have low self-esteem and may find that their antics help cover it up when looking at the condition like narcissistic personality disorder, otherwise known as NPD. It's common to have a deep sense of inadequacy that may they may find that having dominance over others masks this hidden feeling. So they really have low self-esteem. So if they're able to manipulate you, that raises their self-esteem. That's a horrible way to raise your self-esteem, because that's really a false sense of self-esteem, because self-esteem ain't got nothing to do with manipulating people. And if you think manipulating people makes you feel better and that's high self-esteem, that's really low self-esteem, because a person who has high self-esteem don't need to manipulate nobody to feel good. Actually, helping somebody makes them feel good. Doing something positive makes them feel good. Nothing negative makes them feel good when you have high self-esteem. They may find that having dominance over others masks this hidden feeling. These conditions are on a spectrum, meaning that a person can have traits, but not the full condition. That's what a spectrum is. Not every gaslighter has NPD, and not every person with NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, gaslights, but the two can overlap. Gaslighting is a learned behavior rather than an inborn one. So if you're a gaslighter, you learned that. You wasn't born to be a gaslighter. You learned that early in life. Gaslighting is a learned behavior rather than an inborn one. Many gaslighters was brought up in a toxic environment where they were exposed to gaslighting, or they needed to use gaslighting to protect themselves. At least that's what they thought. They can resort to manipulation because they cannot handle criticism. Most narcissistic people can't handle criticism. 4 gaslighting things manipulators do to control you. Number 3, they want to confuse you. That's the manipulation part. They want you to be confused. Break up with the girl. I'm going to put it out here, fellas, because some of y'all might not want them to know. Break up with the woman. She throw you out, throw your clothes out, burn them up in the front yard. Don't ever come back here. Okay. While she at work, you send 2 people to go knock her crib off. Trash it. Write all spray paint all on the walls. Turn up stuff. We coming back. She called you later on that day crying, baby, somebody broke in the house. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. I threw you out. I need you. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Now you back in the house and you behind the whole thing. That's gaslighting, bruh. Gaslighting is when I steal your money or I steal your jewelry. And I'm over there helping you look for it. And I'm telling you who probably got it. Because we might have an uncle who was on dope, been on dope, might be an alcoholic. He might have some troubles in his life. He might have some things going on in his life. And I'm over there manipulating you. The whole time I got it. You know that was probably Uncle Ray did that. You know he probably, was he over here? Yeah, he was over here the other day. You saw Red over there the other day. And you took that as an opportunity to blame something on Red. So the whole time you trying to put it on Red, the whole time you got the property, but the whole time you over there helping them look for it. A lot of times it's the person you least expect when it comes to a gaslighter. That's what they do. They manipulate you. They want to be the hero. They'll create a situation where they can be the hero. Oh man, come on somebody. They want to confuse you. Gaslighters are keen on making sure that you can't trust your judgment as it makes you more willing to lean on them. They want you to question yourself, so you have to lean on them. Some people want you to keep doing bad. Because as long as you're doing bad, you're going to need somebody. Gaslighters are keen on making sure that you can't trust your judgment as it makes you more willing to lean on them. Gaslighters are masters at lying. Gaslighters are masters at lying. They lie in ways that confuse you and make you feel that you don't understand the situation. They twist facts, they cover up evidence, and they shift the blame around so they're never in the wrong. Slowly over time, you may begin to feel that you truly can't trust your own judgment as they seem to know all the answers. Sometimes they can be bold and risky in their stances, such as saying something that goes directly against what you have witnessed. Remember that Eddie Murphy concert? The woman walked in there and he in there having sex with the lady. He was like, what are you doing? He like, it ain't me. He's standing there naked. What are you doing? Baby, it ain't me. Oh, I guess y'all didn't catch that. All right. Gaslighting. 4 gaslighting things manipulators do to control. You can be looking at somebody, man, doing something, and the gaslighter still tell you it was not me. Gaslighting. 4 gaslighting things manipulators do to control you. Number 4, they distract you with rumors and gossip. Sometimes it ain't the world out against you. It's the person who you got up under you. And sometimes people ain't talking about you but that person. And I know one thing about people's business that I've always known since I was a kid. Nobody would never know your damn business if you never told it. Nobody would ever know your business if you kept your mouth shut. So, if people out running your business into the ground, if they know your business, because somebody you told your business. They distract you with rumors and gossip. One sign of gaslighting that commonly presents itself is rumors. You may begin to hear things about you going around that are false. Somebody come to you with some stuff and some crap, and they call themselves your family or your friends. Quit hanging around them and quit talking to them. Because there's certain things I wouldn't even bring to a friend or a family member that I've heard. Because it ain't going to help the situation. Why speak on it if it ain't going to help nobody? And why speak on things that ain't going to do nothing but cause confusion and drama? I don't have to come and... If you got people running to tell you the rumor or the gossip about you, they don't care about you. Let me tell you what your baby mama said today, man. She said, man, when y'all used to stay together, man, and say some of the nastiest stuff to come out their mouth. And be smiling while they saying it. Hey, man, you know, man, they talking about firing you, bro. Smiling. Man, the manager was talking about you, man. He said you don't work hard. He said and that person is telling you that, probably behind the manager watching you. One sign of gaslighting that commonly presents itself is rumors. You may begin to hear things about you going around that are false. Suddenly, you're the bad person. No one will believe you when you speak up. Gaslighters can pull other people into their narratives to further manipulate you. This brings me to tribe gaslighting. That's what it's called. Tribe gaslighting. That's when the gaslighter goes behind you and sets the tone with your family and with your friends. They set a narrative with your family and your friends. So when things come to a head, your family and your friends are on their side. Because they went to them first. What happens when the person who called the police oftentimes is the person who's going to be in the right? Who called the police first? Yeah. Gaslighters can pull other people into their narratives to further manipulate you. This brings me to tribe gaslighting. This is when others start to get involved and they gaslight you without even knowing it. Example, if you're being gaslit by one of your friends and you try to confide in your relative, and then they might act as if you're being irrational and take the friend's side instead of listening or trying to understand. They call you the problem. This can also extend to managers and co-workers where they are being manipulated into believing you are in the wrong. 4 gaslighting things manipulators do to control you. Number 1, their manipulation is cunning. I'm sorry. I don't know what cunning and clever. You gotta go? Yeah, I gotta go work. All right, go ahead, man. Handle your business. Have a good day. Number 2, they may have narcissistic traits. Then number 3, they want to confuse you. And then number 4, they distract you with rumors and gossip. Any questions, concerns, or comments on
one where you're saying about, like you mentioned in particular about being possibly fired and someone smiling, the one so-called friend acting. I had that happen. I mentioned that before. But I realized now that thing, it just ate me up. But that now I can realize it's up to me how I feel it.
Yep.
It intended to be a hurtful thing, but
it did. Me. It was a hurting thing because years later he was still hurt by it.
Sure it was, because it was betrayal. But I realized it's up to me. I know it was meant to be offensive, but I don't have to accept it.
No question. I agree 100%. That's knowledge. I agree with that. That's good.
Mentioning about how people gossip and talk about you and stuff. There are people who thrive on that.
Yeah.
Because I married into that.
You'd have been miserable then.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Gossiping women? Now we got gossiping men.
I mean, I talk to my wife about, certain things with us, and then I see her mother, and she's like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, how the hell do you know that?
Look, bro, let me tell you something. If I'm dealing with a woman and our personal business coming out of her mama's mouth, I'm leaving her and her mama where they at. I ain't no making up. There ain't no second chance. At my age, I can't accept that from nobody. Now, when I was in high school, that was cool. Because we were young. But as a grown man, if it's a grown woman and you go tell your mama all our business, I got to walk away from you and your mama. Period. I don't care what you look like. I don't care nothing about that. Your business is not everybody's business. And you don't go outside of your relationship talking about your relationship, man. If you're going to go talk about your relationship, go to marriage counseling. Go to couples therapy and talk about it. Because talking about it to your mama ain't going to do no good. Or your sister ain't going to do no good. Okay. Hey, have a good day at work. Yeah, you too, buddy. So that's the thing, man. You got to keep your stuff to yourself. And if you got somebody, that's betrayal.
Of course.
Yeah, that's betrayal. Yeah.
Especially the person you think you can trust.
Exactly. Your business is not everybody's business. Any other questions, concerns? What you got going on, Don? Why you looking at me like that?